Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your boy Big Play Slate here, coming back with another live stream. What's good, Gerald Sports Jr.? How you doing, man? But no, this is just a live stream, like a 1 hour live stream, talking about the Eagles, some news and rumors, and some Lakers news, actually, because there's a couple things. Yeah, it is an early stream, but I said like 12 o'clock or something like that. Yeah, like 12 o'clock made more sense. But I got Eagles at least 6 and 12 for me. What's good, Kadar? How you doing, man? But what's up, Bobby, Philly fan? How are you doing, man? But how's your guys' day been? How's your July 4th? Like I meant like news and rumors of um, like you know how a trade happens or something um, like you know how what's called the Marta Rose and Devontae Graham, like that Derrick Rose thing. That's what I was meaning by that. Like you know how you have like some news and rumors that actually can happen, but you don't know if it is gonna happen. That's what I meant. But as far as that goes, I just want the Lakers to sign some depth pieces and stuff. Because what's up, Joe? Um, what's up, One Trade Rock? How you doing, bro? I'm chilling, man. How are you doing? Well, as far as that goes, yeah, your July 4th was good. Yeah, facts. Listen to this, man. Hit the like button and subscribe. Do both of that. But like, as far as like the Lakers go, I mean, like, we need to sign like depth pieces. We need to sign players that can give us good minutes. But I just feel, what's up, Ravens? How are you doing, man? How's your day been going, Ravens? Let me make you a mod. As far as that goes, I mean, like, when it comes to the Eagles, not the Eagles, the Lakers. When it comes to the Lakers, I just want players that can come off the bench, can score. I just want supposed players that can come off the bench and score immediately. And what's up, Mike Nixon? How you doing, bro? How's your July 4th? And then he says, when is Eckers going to be traded? They said he was supposed to be traded last week. Yes, I am a Lakers fan. Bobby Philly fan, but I have no idea, bro. Like they've been saying he's gonna get traded, and he has not been traded. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like they're gonna try to trade him. They've been looking to trade him, and if they can't trade him, just cut him because there's really nothing to do for Zach Ertz. I mean, Zach Ertz is just not a guy that you would want on your team. Like he's a good mentor, but like you have to be like a contending team to get Zach Ertz on your team and then be good. I just don't want him here because he's gonna ruin the confidence of what's called Dallas Goedert. He's a good player, he's a solid player, but like he's getting to that point in age where like I don't know if I would keep him because Zach Ertz is a player that's older in age, and yes, he is still a pretty productive player. And I feel like last year was a fluke season. If he goes to any other team, um, he will be very solid, man. Like I hope he gets traded. Because I feel like if we get anything more than a sixth, I will be shocked. I just want him off this team. I don't care who it is to. I just don't want him to be in this division. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. But I think it's gonna be the Bills. Rumors are saying either the Colts or Chargers are interested in a trade for Zach Ertz or to the Lions. But yeah, I could see the Colts because like even with how good Jack Doyle is, they still need a tight end too, and it would make sense because um you need a mentor for Jack Doyle, and I feel like Ertz would do well in a system like that because not only is Carson Wentz there, it builds up the connection that they already have. But it also makes sense to trade him there because like the Colts are a team that's contending, and Zach Ertz is a guy that wants to win. But as of right now, I just would release him because, like, yeah, you guys have said it. Just like release him. Um, I just want him off this team. Like, I don't care what it is for. At this point, you might as well just cut him or release him because there's nothing for him here. Time and time again, we keep getting him here, and then there's nothing to make of it. I just feel like we have to trade him because like or release him because like he's getting older in age and his contract isn't good, and I don't know. People have said the Titans. I wouldn't mind that, but like one other issue I have with that is I don't know how much money they have, and I don't know if they could afford records, but that would make sense because they don't have a tight end. But where I'm looking at with Zach Ertz is the Bengals because the Bengals need a tight end. They have Ozuma. They do have TJ Ozuma, but like TJ Ozuma is still a younger tight end, like, and he's very injury prone. Why not get a security blanket for Joe Burrow? And this also helps because they don't have an indoor facility, so it increases the chances of Zach Ertz getting what's called injured again. So I wouldn't mind him going to the Bengals as far as that goes, and you're adding another dynamic player to that offense. Yes, he had a fluke season last year, but I mean, everyone did for the Eagles last year. Will you say this year if you do trade Zach Ertz and it's the last coach for Goddard? Will you say if you do trade Zach Ertz as the last coach? Oh, he says, will you say this year if you do trade Zach Ertz as the last coach for Goddard to prove he can be a stud? He was supposed to make that jump last year, but he got injured because I think is um yeah, I don't know what you're referring to, but like, can you rephrase that sentence to Mike Nixon? Because I'm a little confused with that. But if you're talking about Goddard, um, I think I think what like you're trying to say is the like new coach we brought in to that tight ends coach. I feel like it helps us um because Jason Michaels comes from that Zach or what's called that Colt system, who uses tight ends heavily. Not only do they use tight ends, but they use them well. And I feel like the new tight end coach can help that. Um, the Titans don't need an offense; they need defense. But f the Titans, let's go Jags. Though, yeah. You're a Jags fan? That's tough. Um, I meant to say last chance. Oh, the last chance. Oh, I get you. I get you. I don't know if I would give him the last chance because I feel like if Ertz gets traded and what's called Dallas Goedert does not break out, I don't know what to do, but I feel like he will break out because like he's still a tight end that's very productive. And the only concern that I have with him is injuries. And either way, last year was a fluke season for everyone. And let's not forget, before he got injured last year, he was never an injury-prone tight end. So I think he can break out this year, and hopefully he does. But if Richard Rodgers takes some of the snaps away from him, I wouldn't be mad because that increases the chances of his a breakout year, but it also helps him to not get injured because there's another tight end to take the snaps in here and there. But what's up, Eagles champ one? How are you doing, man? Give you your mod. Use the mod correctly though, Eagles champ. I know you can get a little over productive, but how are you doing, man? How was your July 4th? Jalen Hurts will be good this year, and hopefully Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is trash. I don't know how to respond to that because, like, I don't. Lawrence isn't trash to me. If you looked at last year, he was really good. No, not internet problems. I had to go step away for a second. But okay, being 100, how do you see my Giants performing this year? I'll be 100 with you, man. I think you guys have the chance to win this division because, like, I feel like the Giants this year can win this division because not only are you guys good on offense, and yes, the Cowboys' offense is a little better, but I just feel like your offense is too good. Your offense is good, but it can also improve. And you don't have to have an amazing offense because you guys have a good offense. And on defense, you're already good. It's maybe not as good as Washington. I can argue it, but it's still a good defense. That gives you a chance to win this division. Now, I hate the Giants. I really do. I always hated them. But me being me being the Eagles fan in heart, I also have to give you guys credit because you guys made some good signings this offseason. He said, "Nah, I'm chilling, listening. I think Xavier Howard will be Eagle. Have a feeling. I wouldn't mind that. I really wouldn't. The reason why I hate the Giants, it's because of Daniel Jones. Me too. Daniel Jones pisses me off, man. But I'm not a Phillies fan. I'm a Dodgers fan. But when it comes to the Giants, I feel like you guys are gonna do good this year. I really do. I hate the Giants. I always will. There's no part of me that won't. Especially with you guys. When you beat us last year. Yes. You're gonna hate on me for saying this. I'm a Dodgers fan. Yes. The Dodgers are the greatest team ever. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But yeah, I am a Dodgers fan though. 5 in the chat, like, subscribe. Please go check me out on Twitter and IG. Let's go Cardinals, and sadly a Oilers fan. When it comes to like Dallas Goddard this week, Eagles fan, we had a top elite, nothing special. See, that's the thing. They don't have to be elite. They still had a top 10 defense last year. So that helps them win this division because, like, if they have a good defense and a solid improving offense, that coordinates to them winning of the division because the Cowboys have a lethal offense. The Giants, what's called, have a good offense too. It's not as good as the Cowboys, but it's still a good offense. If you look at the defense for the Giants, they have a good defense. It's maybe not as good as the Washington football team, but look at it this way: they have a better secondary. They have a better not a better defensive line. The Washington has a better defensive line. Yes, but they also have a really good defensive line because they have Leonard Williams. They have guys like no, they let Tomlinson go, but they still have a really good defense, especially with those linebackers. Bobby Philly fan asks, how many yards will Devontae Smith have this season? I think Devontae Smith will have. I think Devontae Smith will be the best rookie wide receiver this season. I think he'll have 1,000, over 1,000 yards. I really do think that. 1,009, like, not over like a lot, over 1,000 something yards, but I think he'll have at least 1,000 like 9 yards or something like that. But I think he'll be the best rookie receiver this season because not only is Jamar Chase's situation tight, but Jalen Waddle's situation is also tight. And if you look at a guy like Devontae Smith, his situation is he's already going to be the number one wide receiver for the Eagles. So that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, How do you think Eric Wilson will do this year? I think Eric Wilson will be a really good player this season. Yes, he has some keys to work on. Um, Come on now, like if you look at Devontae Smith, okay, this is how I'm looking at it. Gerald Sports. Um, this is how I'm looking at it. Devontae Smith is already going into a situation where he's the number one wide receiver. So how is he not gonna have at least over 900 or at least 1,000 yards? I feel like he should have 1,000 yards because he's already going into a situation where he's the number one wide receiver. So it helps his case. Or maybe even 900. I feel like he's gonna have over 800 because like I think he's already going into a situation where he's the number one wide receiver. So it helps his case to break out and be a really good productive player for us. Peace out, you champ. Have a good one, man. Stay safe, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He said Leonard Williams is buns, but your opinion, we sweeping Giants again. Nah, man, I'm sorry, bro. I don't see us sweeping the Giants, bro. That's gonna be a tough task. I hope we do, but it's gonna be harder this year because they gotten so much better. Will be a second wide receiver for you. Who's gonna be the wide receiver one? Who's wide receiver one? I know Travis Fulgham. You know, I made this argument a couple call-ins ago with Lindy Enzo. I said Fulgham's going to be the number one wide receiver starting the season out for like the first two games, and then I feel like Devontae Smith will get the wide receiver one from him after like the first couple games. But he's going to be the wide receiver one throughout the season though. 3 more weeks till training camp and 4 weeks till the Hall of Fame game. We will see. Devontae number one. You tripping, bro? Exactly. A Hall of Fame game. But Big Fridge asks, Big Play Slay, if you were to jump in a pool and scream Anthony Harris, what would happen? I think I would be dead. No, that's an ocean. I would be dead, but I don't know. I guess I would get nose water in my nose. I don't know. Travis Fulgham is the number one wide receiver for you guys, and then Jalen Reagor will be for wide receiver 3 for you guys. See, that's how I'm looking at it. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. I think what's it called? Travis Fulgham will be the wide receiver one the first 1 or 2 games, and then the reins are going to go to Devontae Smith. That's how I'm looking at it. I don't think Travis Fulgham will be the wide receiver one the whole season. I think it'll have to switch to Devontae Smith because of how talented he is. But as far as Devontae Smith, I feel like he's going to get the wide receiver one like after like the first 2 games. But that's how I'm looking at it. Is Anthony Harris the most underrated safety? No. I think the most underrated safety in the NFL is Jesse Bates from the Bengals. If you guys have never heard about him, Jesse Bates is such an underrated safety. Peace out, Bobby Philly fan. But Jesse Bates is such an underrated safety. Like, I feel like if we were to talk about a discussion with the best safeties in the NFL, Jesse Bates's name never gets brought up, and I feel like his name should be brought up. But yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. You guys are really hyped for Smith, even though he will have 800 receiving yards. Bro, of course we're gonna be hyped about Devontae Smith. We've never had a number one wide receiver of his caliber since Terrell Owens. The Deshaun Jackson, all respects to him, but Devontae Smith is gonna be really good for us down the future. Who will have a better season? The Eagles. Come on, are you serious? Of course, the Bears. We're gonna be garbage. I don't want to say we're gonna be garbage, but the Bears are gonna be better than us. That's all I'm gonna say. Come Come on now, Big Fridge. I expect better. Um, but yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Um, I'm gonna pin this in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna pin this. All right, I pinned that in the chat for anyone to answer. All right, so Eagles record prediction. Whoever wants to answer that, this is how I'm looking at it. I see us winning 8 games. I really think we're gonna win 8 games because let me share my screen. Eagles record. Eagles schedule. Now LaVisca, bro, are you serious, Mike Nixon? Come on now. I hope we don't lose 11 games, bro. That would be so bad for us. But at least we improve in 2 games. But now LaVisca Chanel will have maybe 900 plus receiving yards for my Jags, though no cap. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I still think DJ Chark is gonna be a solid receiver for you guys. 7, 10, 6 and 11, 6 and 11. So we got 2 6 and 11s and 7 and 10s. I'm right there with you guys. I think we're gonna be around like 6 or 8 wins. I think our peak or like the best amount of games we could win is like 10. But like I'm at a stage where like we're gonna compete, and other than like the Bucks and Chiefs game, I don't think there's a what's it called? Okay, I'm gonna answer this question in a second, but I don't think there's a team that like really can dominate us throughout the game. Like I think we're gonna compete with every team in the season, in the schedule that we have, other than the Chiefs and Bucks. Because I don't think there's a team that could just easily dominate us. Maybe the Chargers, if I get to see their like full potential. But this is what Mike Nixon asks. I give your award predictions this year. Big play MVP. That's obvious for me. I think Patrick Mahomes will be so good this year. I have him winning MVP. I wish I can say another pick. Because that's the obvious pick. Justin Herbert would be a surprise shock for MVP. But I think I'm right there with Gerald Sports. I got Mahomes winning the MVP. Offensive player of the year. You know what? I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson. I feel like Justin Jefferson is gonna break out this year again. I feel like Justin Jefferson, will break out this year even more. I have him winning offensive player of the year because I feel like the Vikings are going to be more pass heavy this season than run heavy, which we saw last year. And if you make them pass more, it gets more easier to throw for Kirk Cousins. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, I could see that. All right, going back to this question. He said, who's your defensive player of the year? Wait, who won defensive player of the year last year? Can I get heads up on that? Who won defensive player of the year last year? Because I want to say the TJ Watt or something like that. Was it TJ Watt? Aaron, was it Donald? Oh, it was Donald. So I think it's gonna come down to 2 players this season. It was Aaron Donald last year. Come on. Oh, it was Donald. I forgot. I thought it was TJ Watt. But if in that case, I think it's gonna come down to 2 players. I think it's gonna be Aaron Donald or Brian Burns from the Panthers. Um, I think Brian Burns is gonna break out this year. Not too many people know about him. Um, I think he'll break out because um, I feel like if you properly use him, and now that the what's called Panthers are gonna rely on him a little more because they see how good he is, I feel like he'll break out tremendously. And especially being the best player on that defensive line, he's gonna do really good. But right now, I have T.J. Watt winning. Donald could win it again, because he's so good on defense. He's a top 3 player, top 5 player in the NFL. Donald's a beast, but I have TJ Watt winning it this year. And then he says, what's called offensive rookie of the year. This is an obvious answer. I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence. I want to say Devontae Smith so bad, but I think it's gonna be Trevor Lawrence. I just think Trevor Lawrence is what's called, or any other quarterback. I just think Trevor Lawrence is gonna start from day one, and he's gonna win a bunch of games this year because the Jags got better by improving at wide receiver. They improved by getting Marvin Jones. They got Laviska Shenault. They got DJ Chark. And they also have James Robinson. And they also have what was that kid they drafted in the first round? Running back Travis Etienne. That's a really solid offense. And to topple that, their offensive line is garbage, but it's still pretty solid. Like it's not as bad as people think it is. It's a very solid defensive line. I mean, solid offensive line. But that's just where I'm at. Their wide receivers are really good. It's very underrated. That's why I think Lawrence is winning it because he has a lot of toys to work with, especially barring to being a younger player that just gets opportunity to throw to these guys. I think it's going to be something special. I have to disagree, Mike Nixon, with that because I feel like Jamar Chase has too many weapons around him to get the ball. He's going to get the ball, but like I feel like it's going to be harder for Jamar Chase because not only does he have Tyler Boyd, he also has what's called. He has Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, and a healthy T.J. Osuma is a very solid tight end. I mean, yeah, tight end. And they also have Joe Mixon, so that rounds out the group. For very solid offense. Defensive, heck no. But for defensive rookie of the year, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be a toughie. There wasn't too many defensive rookie of the years that got drafted last year. This is gonna be a hard one. I think it could be. I think it could be J.C. Horn because he's probably the best defensive player in this draft. To be honest with you, but that's where I stand on with him. Michael Parsons could be. No, I said T.J. Osuma is a solid tight end. I just feel like injuries have derailed him. That's why I think if you trade Zach Ertz to the Bengals, it would make sense because if you get a younger tight end to the Eagles like T.J. Osuma, he's a solid player. He's underrated. I didn't say he was garbage. I don't think he is garbage. I think he's just never had a chance because he's very injury prone. But when he's on that field, he's productive. That's what I meant to say, Mike Nixon. Let me go back to that last comment. Defensive rookie of the year. Dang, this is a toughie. Yeah, I'm gonna say J.C. Horn. I think he's the best corner in this draft. But that's tough. Christian Barmore can win it too. from the Patriots. If I look at that situation, um, coach of the year, it's between McVay, and McVay and Matt Rule for me. Yeah, I saw your defensive pick of the year. You said defensive player of the year. You said Devin White, right? Yeah, you said Devin White. But for mine's, where was I at? Coach of the year. I think it's gonna be Matt Rule or between him and Sean McVay. But I feel like it's gonna be what's it called Matt Rule because I feel like the Panthers are gonna shock some people this year. Um. Oh, defensive rookie. Yeah, yeah. You said Azeez Ojulari. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. But what was I at? I said I was gonna say my coach of the year. I'm gonna have to say Sean McVay or Matt Rule, but that's a tough one because I feel like the Panthers can shock some people, but I feel like the Rams are going to be very solid this year too, and potentially be a Super Bowl candidate. But I'm going to say Sean McVay because now he has more toys to work with, and he has Matthew Stafford, a gunslinging quarterback with a couple lethal wide receivers. Frank Reich, ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. But he said comeback player of the year. Mike Nixon says for that last one. Comeback player of the year's ones. I think it's going to be Carson Wentz. He's going into a situation where he had a fluke season last year, and now he's going to a team where everyone is loaded. They have a loaded team. And I think that's going to help Carson Wentz. Especially barring that he had a fluke season last year. Now he's going to a team where he has connection with the head coach. Yeah, I could see that one too. Saquon Barkley. I like that one. I like that one. I'm gonna share my screen because I need to share my screen for this. All right. Can you guys see my screen? All right. I think I can do that. On my phone, it shows me you guys can see it, so I think this is working. All right. So we can begin with this. Can you make it? Can you make? Can you make any bigger? A little bigger. All right, bet. All right. Can you guys see that? All right. I think that's a little bigger. All right. So this is what it shows me. Yep, you can see it. All right. So Mike Nixon says you can see it. All right. So the first game we have the Falcons. I think that's gonna be a win for us. Because I think the Falcons have offensive pieces, right? But something that they lack is a good defense, and I feel like we have an okay defense. both of our defenses are trash, but I feel like our defense is a little better because we have a better defensive line. We have a better we have one better corner, and we probably have the better secondary because they lost a couple safeties, and Deion Jones is getting older in age for the linebackers. So I think the first game we win. Ooh, Mike Nixon says he's going Falcons. You know, because they're home, and he says because they're home. I think I think that's a good argument, but I feel like the Eagles play what's called the Eagles' offense is it's solid. It's not as good as the Falcons, but I feel like their offense is good enough to get the job done. And Jalen Hurts is going to be a very productive player this year. Miles Sanders is going to be a breakout player this year. Dallas Scott is going to be a breakout player this year. Travis Fulgham, Rager, all of those guys are going to have very productive years. So I think that's going to get the job done to where we win. I'll say 26-20. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Falcons. So we start off 1-0. So we go to the Niners. I think this is a loss. I don't think we win this because the Niners are getting healthier. And when they're healthier, they're better. I think the Niners are better than us. I think this is a loss. I would say like 29, maybe even 30, 30 to 18, probably. Niners win. I think their offense is a little better than ours. Their wide receiving unit is very underrated. Their defense is very solid. I think this is a loss here, so we start off the season 1-1. I'm sure you guys say we lose here too. The Niners are just a little better than us. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So let's go to the Dallas game. The first game we played Dallas, I think we're gonna lose this. No, I think we're gonna win this. Because when we usually play the Cowboys, it's always back and forth between who wins that first game. To be honest, I could see them winning the first game, and then losing the second game. It really doesn't matter. I think we're gonna split with the Cowboys, but I think we're gonna win that first game. I think Dallas is a good team. Their offense is very good, but their defense is okay. But I think we're gonna win this game. The Chiefs. So that's 2-1. The Chiefs game. I think this is a loss. The Chiefs are better on offense. They have more pieces. This is a loss, but we're gonna compete and try against them though. But I'll say like 34, 35, like 21 Chiefs. So we start off the season 2-2. The Panthers game, I think this is a loss. The Panthers, we're gonna compete with them. I just think they're a little better right now. I think the Panthers are a very good team. This is where I think we lose. It's going to be a back and forth game between two really good offenses. The Panthers have Christian McCaffrey. They have Robbie Anderson. They have DJ Moore. They have a couple guys that can break out on offense. Their defense is underrated too. They're like a nitty gritty type of defense to where they can shine. I think this is a loss here. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a very competitive game. But I think the Panthers execute and get the win here. So that's 2-3. We're going to face the Buccaneers October 14th. I think this is a loss too. Better offense, better defense. I think they win. So that's 2-4. I think they're just so much better than us. Going to the Raiders game. So I think that's gonna Wow. Mike Nixon says 0-3. I'm sorry. I have you 1-4 in your first 5 games. He says I say you win 27-20. 27-20. Okay, I can see that. L versus the Bucks. Yeah, I agree, man. But right now, I think that's a loss for us. The Raiders game. So I think we're gonna win the Raiders game. Um, the Raiders usually lose surprisingly in games that they should win, and I feel like we're one of those teams that could surprise them. Um, I think they're going to finish bottom of their division. I think the Broncos are going to be better than them. I think the Chargers are going to be better than them. I think the what's it called? The Chiefs are going to be better than them. So they're going to probably be last in their division. Um, I really don't think the Raiders are all that. The Raiders are getting worse when they should be getting better. They're a competitive team. That's what they should be. They should be adding pieces instead of losing pieces. They got rid of basically their entire offensive line. Their defense doesn't really scare me. Their offense, it's very underrated. They have Josh Jacobs and Derek Carr, two underrated players. Henry Ruggs, he's going to get better. They have Darren Waller, of course, he scares me. But I just feel like we're going to win this game. I really do. Um, Same. I think we're going to win against the Raiders too. So that's was that 3-4? Yeah, that's 3-4. Um, but going to the Lions, I think this is a win for us. The Lions, they're a good. They're a team that's gonna rebuild for a long time. I think we're better than the Lions. That's pretty obvious. So that's 4-4. Going to the Chargers, I think this is a loss. The Chargers are good on offense. We're gonna compete, but they're good on defense too. If they stay healthy, which I think they can on defense, they're gonna be really good this year. So I think that's a loss. 4-5. The Broncos game, I think we're gonna lose that game because I think the Broncos are a good team. People don't give them credit. Uh, they don't give them enough credit. Their team is actually really good on paper. It's just that they don't have a quarterback to help them. So I think this is a loss here, 4-6. The Saints game, I think this is a win. The Saints don't really scare me. Their quarterback is unsolved. It's going to be Jameis Winston, but I think we're going to win this game. So that's 5-6. Um, the first Giants game, I think we're going to lose. I think the what's it called? Giants are good on defense. On offense, they're even lethal. So I think that's a loss. So that gives us 5 wins, 7 losses. The Jets game, I think this is a win. 6-7. The Washington game, win for Washington. So that's 6-8. The Giants game, the second one, I think we're gonna win. Um, I think the Giants are a good team, but I just feel like it's gonna be a split. And the last time they swept us was like, what was it like? I don't even remember the last time they swept us. So I think this is a win. So that's 7-8. The Washington game, I think we're gonna get swept by Washington. So that's 7-9. Um, and the Cowboys game, this is a tough one because I probably should switch it. No, I think the Cowboys are gonna win the first game. Actually, yeah, the Cowboys are gonna win the first game, 6-9. So I think we win the last game against them. I kind of flipped my mind here. I feel like the Cowboys are going to win the first game actually because they usually it's a back and forth between who wins the first game. Last year we won it, so I feel like they're going to win the first game this year. So I do think they're going to win this game. So I think it's going to be at like 7-10, 8-9 type of season for the Eagles. I kind of flip flop there, but I think we're gonna beat the Cowboys the second game. So 7, 10, or 8 and 9 season. That's where I stand with the Eagles right now. But yeah, we've been on here for 45 minutes. Thank you guys for everyone that watched. Mike Nixon, thank you for coming on, bro. I really appreciate your support. You're one of a kind, bro. Thank you for coming on. You commented a lot. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. Big Fridge was here. Gerald Sports. Who was also in here? Bobby Philly fan, Eagles champ. Um, who was that? Who else was in here? I think that's it. But yeah, but thank you to everyone that stopped by and left a like. But yeah, I'm gonna end it off here. Subscribe, like, turn on the noties so when I go live or post a video, you'll instantly watch it. But yeah, as far as that goes, go check me out on Twitter and IG. Your boy's out. Peace.